Imagine waking up on the first of the month knowing your Social Security or SSI payment should have arrived. You check your account and there it is, the deposit shows up as expected. But when you try to use your debit card for groceries or medications, it gets declined. The ATM says funds are unavailable, and the bank tells you your account is under review. For many retirees living on fixed incomes, this situation feels impossible until it actually happens, leaving them unable to pay for rent, utilities, or essential needs. This frustrating reality is becoming more common than most people realize. Banks and federal agencies have issued warnings about these temporary holds on benefit payments, yet most recipients never see it coming. They assume that once the government sends the money, it's immediately available to use. But account flags, verification issues, and small record mismatches can trigger reviews that lock up the very funds seniors depend on. Even worse, many discover the problem only when they're standing at the checkout line or trying to withdraw cash for daily expenses. Today on Retirewise, we're going to walk through exactly why these freezes happen, who might be at greater risk heading into the coming months, and most importantly, the practical steps you can take right now to protect yourself and reduce the chances of being locked out of your own benefit payment. A few proactive actions before the deposit hits can mean the difference between a smooth month and a stressful scramble to get your money released. Hi everyone, I'm your host here at Retirewise, where we break down Social Security, SSI, retirement challenges, and important benefit updates in clear, straightforward language. We focus on giving you the knowledge you need before problems arise so you can enjoy peace of mind in retirement. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you catch every update that could help safeguard your benefits. Millions of Americans rely on these monthly payments, and even a short interruption can create serious hardship. That's why we're dedicating this video to the topic. In the next several minutes, we'll explore the specific situations that cause banks to temporarily freeze federal benefit deposits, the warning signs many overlook, the scams that often target people during delays, and the exact actions to take if your account ends up under review. We'll also cover a lesser-known protection that some banks offer, which can sometimes move your case from an automated system to a real person much faster. If you've never heard of this before, you're definitely not alone. One of the biggest misconceptions about Social Security and SSI payments is that once the government sends the money, the bank releases it automatically without any further checks. Most of the time that's true, but banks are required to monitor accounts for certain patterns and discrepancies, especially with federal deposits. This means a payment can arrive right on schedule and still become temporarily unavailable if something triggers a review. To the recipient, it feels like the money has vanished, but often the deposit is sitting there while the bank's systems verify whether everything matches their records. This is where many people get caught off guard. A hold doesn't necessarily mean you did anything wrong or that fraud occurred. In many cases, it's simply an inconsistency that seems minor to you but significant to an automated system. Perhaps you updated your address with the bank, but not with Social Security. Maybe the name on your account includes a middle initial that doesn't appear on another record. Or a direct deposit change you made months ago never fully synced across systems. Individually, these things seem small, but when federal benefits are involved, even tiny mismatches can prompt additional scrutiny. That's why it's so important right now to make sure your records match exactly, not approximately. There are 3 key pieces of information you should verify immediately. Start with your name. The name on your Social Security record needs to align precisely with the name on your bank account. If your records show Mary Ann Johnson but your account lists Mary Johnson, or if a suffix like Junior appears on one but not the other, take time to correct it. These small differences don't always cause problems, but when they do, they often create delays at the worst possible time. Next, check your address. Many retirees move, downsize, or split time between locations to be closer to family. If your bank has one address and your Social Security records have another, that mismatch can raise questions during a review. It might not trigger a hold on its own, but combined with other flags, it can slow things down. Finally, review your direct deposit information. If you've switched banks recently, opened a new account, or updated routing details, confirm everything is current and accurate. Deposits sent to outdated information can create confusion that takes longer to fix than expected. The good news is you can handle all of this before the next payment arrives. Log into your online Social Security account or contact the agency directly to review your details. Then reach out to your bank to make sure your account is set up properly to receive benefits. Spending just a few minutes now could save you days of frustration later. Staying informed really matters because rules and protections around these payments keep evolving, and many people only learn about changes after they affect them personally. If you find this type of information helpful, please subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss future updates. Even if all your personal information matches perfectly, another factor can still trigger a review, and it has nothing to do with errors in your records. It relates to the activity patterns inside your bank account. Banks perform what they call enhanced due diligence to protect against fraud, identity theft, and financial exploitation. Sometimes even long-time, responsible customers get caught in these reviews. For example, consider a dormant or low-activity account. If you've had the same account for years but mainly use it for automatic bill payments and only make a few transactions each month, that feels normal to you. But to the bank's systems, a sudden federal benefit deposit into a quiet account can look suspicious and prompt extra attention. Recent changes can also raise flags. Adding a family member as a joint owner to help with finances, authorizing someone to assist you, or switching your direct deposit from one account to another are all reasonable steps. Yet these actions sometimes trigger additional scrutiny as banks try to prevent problems before they start. The frustrating part is that many people never receive any prior warning. The account isn't closed, no one calls ahead, and the review happens quietly in the background. The first sign of trouble might be a delayed payment or limited access to your funds. That's why one of the smartest things you can do is contact your bank directly and ask a straightforward question. Is my account in good standing to receive my upcoming federal benefit deposit, and are there any holds or flags on it? It sounds simple, but this conversation can uncover issues you didn't know existed. If you make the call, write down the date, time, and the name of the representative you spoke with. That documentation can prove invaluable if you ever need to escalate the matter. Another group that may face extra scrutiny includes those who recently became eligible for Social Security or just started receiving payments. Reaching that milestone is exciting and marks the beginning of a new chapter. But many new beneficiaries don't realize that the first few months often involve additional verification steps as systems confirm identity and account details. During this period, certain deposits may receive closer review. It doesn't mean anything is wrong or that fraud is suspected. It simply means institutions are taking extra precautions. Unfortunately, many new recipients assume everything will flow smoothly after the first payment, so a later delay catches them unprepared. If you're in this situation, keep your Social Security award letter in a safe place, along with a current government-issued photo ID and recent mail showing your address. Having these documents ready can speed things up tremendously if verification is ever requested. Some banks also allow you to visit a branch proactively to confirm your information before the next payment. It takes only a short visit, but can prevent a much larger headache down the road. Whenever confusion surrounds Social Security payments, scammers see an opportunity. A delayed or frozen payment creates not just financial stress but also urgency, and urgency is exactly what fraudsters look for. When you suddenly can't access your money, questions race through your mind. Where is it? Was there a mistake? How long will this take to fix? That uncertainty makes people more likely to answer unexpected calls, click unfamiliar links, or trust someone who claims to have the solution. Federal agencies have warned repeatedly that criminals target people during these moments. You might receive a call from someone pretending to be from Social Security, your bank's fraud department, or a benefits office. The caller sounds professional, may already know your name or pieces of personal information, and promises to restore access immediately if you verify your details. They might ask for your Social Security number, date of birth, bank account information, or even your Medicare number. In the moment, it feels like help has arrived, but you're actually handing sensitive data to criminals who can then open new accounts, redirect deposits, or commit identity theft that takes months or years to resolve. Remember a few important rules. The Social Security Administration already has your information, and legitimate representatives generally won't call out of the blue demanding your full Social Security number to release a payment. Real bank employees won't pressure you over an unsolicited call for immediate action. Anyone who creates urgency by saying you must act now or risk losing benefits should raise immediate red flags. If you receive a suspicious call, end the conversation politely and contact your bank or Social Security using numbers you already know and trust. Taking a few extra minutes to verify is always better than spending months recovering from identity theft. Two other groups of beneficiaries sometimes assume these issues don't apply to them, but they can face unique challenges too. First are those with representative payees, where someone is authorized to manage benefits on their behalf. This arrangement helps many seniors dealing with health conditions or situations where independent financial management has become difficult. However, changes in living arrangements, caregiving, or account details can prompt reviews. If you or a loved one has a representative payee, periodically confirm that all information on file remains current and accurate. It's much easier to update proactively than to fix problems during a payment delay. The second group includes people receiving benefits through a direct express card. Many appreciate the convenience of a prepaid debit card instead of a traditional bank account, but card issues like expiration, lost cards, recent address changes, or security reviews can still temporarily complicate access. Make it a habit to verify your contact information and card status regularly before payments arrive. If this information has been helpful so far, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It helps more people discover these important updates, and many viewers share them with parents, relatives, and friends who might otherwise learn the hard way. Now let's talk about what to do if your payment is already frozen and prevention is no longer an option. If you discover your Social Security or SSI deposit is unavailable, the first thing to remember is to stay calm. A hold does not mean your money is gone or that fraud has definitely occurred, but your next steps can significantly affect how quickly the issue resolves. Whenever possible, handle the situation in person at a branch rather than over the phone, where lines are busy and explaining complex details is harder. Face-to-face conversations often give you access to someone who can review your account directly. Before heading to the bank, gather important documents including a government-issued photo ID, your Social Security card if you have it, your most recent benefit letter or award notice, and proof of your current address such as a utility bill. Having these ready prevents multiple trips because one of the most common reasons for continued delays is arriving without the necessary paperwork to verify identity. Once at the bank, ask to speak with a branch manager or someone experienced with federal benefit deposit issues. Clearly explain that you're trying to understand why your payment is unavailable. Request the specific reason for the hold and ask if there's a code or notation explaining the review. Understanding the exact cause helps you know precisely what steps are needed next. Provide only the information requested through official channels, and make sure you leave with a clear understanding of the next steps, including when to expect an update and any direct contact information for follow-up. Most temporary reviews get resolved relatively quickly once proper verification occurs. But if the problem continues, document every interaction carefully. Keep records of who you spoke with, dates, and instructions given. You have options if the issue isn't addressed in a reasonable time frame, including filing formal complaints through consumer protection channels. These steps can bring additional attention and encourage faster resolution. You don't have to simply accept silence or confusion. Keep asking questions and seeking assistance through official resources while remembering that timing matters greatly when you're relying on these payments for daily necessities. Before we finish, there's one more valuable tip that many people have never heard about. You may be able to request a simple notation on your account at the bank that could help future issues receive faster human attention instead of lingering in automated systems. Many banks have internal procedures allowing notes for accounts that regularly receive federal benefit deposits, indicating they may need prompt personal review if flags arise. The exact process varies by institution, but it never hurts to ask what options exist for customers who depend on Social Security or SSI. A short conversation today could make a big difference if any issues come up later. The most important takeaway from all of this is that preparation truly matters. If you receive these benefits, take time to review your name, address, and banking information to ensure everything is current and accurate. Whether you've recently changed accounts, added someone to your account, moved, or started receiving benefits for the first time, contacting your financial institution to confirm everything is in order is worth the effort. For those with representative payees or direct express cards, keep records updated. And if you ever face a delayed or unavailable payment, gather your documents, speak directly with your bank, ask detailed questions, maintain thorough records, and stay cautious of anyone who contacts you unexpectedly offering quick solutions in exchange for personal information. Most payment issues can be resolved successfully when you know what to do and ask the right questions. Don't let fear or urgency push you into hasty decisions with sensitive data. Scammers count on stress causing quick actions, but staying informed puts you in control. If today's video helped you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever dealt with a delayed Social Security payment, an account review, or an unexpected banking issue with your benefits? Sharing your experience could help someone else avoid the same stress. If you know a friend or family member who relies on these payments, consider sharing this video with them. A simple share can make a real difference. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me here at Retirewise Us. I'm committed to bringing you straightforward, practical information to help you navigate retirement with confidence. Take care, stay proactive, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, a little preparation goes a long way toward a wiser, more secure retirement.